Hi, my name is Bella. I'm a junior at Michigan State University, and this is my first vlog for the Global Learning Project for TE 150. I grew up in Macomb, Michigan, but now live in Oxford, Michigan. I have three younger siblings. I have two younger brothers who are identical twins. They're 18 years old, and I also have a younger sister who is 15. I went to Dakota High School in Macomb. I graduated with a class of 627 kids, and Dakota is actually considered to be one of the most populated high schools in Michigan. From the time that I went there, we had over 3,000 kids from 9th to 12th grade, and I do believe that they have more kids now. Because we did have so many kids, I believe that our school and school district was able to provide us with many different clubs, activities, sports, and just extracurricular activities in general, which gave kids the opportunity not only to participate and be involved with the school community, but with the community of Macomb as well. And I definitely think that that has influenced how I look at education, my perspective on it as a whole. I definitely also think that because the school was so big, there was a smaller ratio, or actually bigger ratio, excuse me, when considering students and faculty. There were just so many kids in one classroom that there wasn't necessarily always time for one-on-one help between students and teachers that could definitely influence how a student learns, how they intake the school material, etc. Especially when you're comparing it to schools in a smaller community where there is more one-on-one between a teacher and a student, and how they intake material and just process all of the information. As far as my family goes, we have always held education at a very high value, and my parents have always taught us to put forth our uttermost effort and to do the best that we possibly could in every school aspect, and in every way possible. We weren't always expected to necessarily get straight A's, but like I said, we were expected to put forth a good amount of effort to succeed and to get to the next level of education. However, me and my siblings are all expected to go to college, get a degree, and then have a job that makes us happy and have a successful life. So that's definitely influenced how I look at education personally. And I definitely think that this is like a general consensus or a general mindset that a lot of families have in the United States when it comes to education. I do think that a lot of parents expect for their kids to go from high school to college and then graduate with a degree and then find a job. But I also think that there's many families that may not hold education as high as others do, which obviously can influence how their child looks at education. So I definitely think that one's upbringing can affect how they intake information, how important they think school is, etc., and just things along those lines. So as far as how my cultural beliefs about education might be different from someone else, like I said, it just depends on your upbringing or where you come from, what the cultural norm is, what you believe in, what your personal values are, and just things along those lines, because everyone grows up differently. So it really all depends on, what you're surrounded with, what your parents teach you, what you grow up with. So I definitely think that all influences a perspective on education. The person that I plan to interact with is an international student from China. Her name is June Ma. She is a communications major. And I actually met her through my EAD 315 class. She's super nice, super friendly, very personable. I've actually learned quite a bit about her already just because we did a lot of icebreakers in my EAD 315 class, but that makes me feel a little more comfortable trying to get to know her on a different level as far as culture and her beliefs go. So I don't think that conversation will be as awkward maybe as it would have been if we didn't know each other at all. But I definitely am still a little nervous to overcome not only the language barrier, but just to learn something that isn't my norm. But I do think that it will be, really eye-opening and intriguing in every sense of the word and just beneficial in the long run. I think that we're going to go grab a bite to eat or get some coffee on Grand River and just have some conversations about how her education was in China and how it differs or compares and contrasts to the education here, what she likes better. Maybe talk about our childhood, how we were brought up, what we both believe in, and just things along those lines. So I'm really excited to just learn more about her and her culture. And we also plan, I think, to go bowling, which I believe is more of an Americanized activity. But Junma did say that she was interested in trying it because she's never done it before. So I'm really interested to see what she thinks about that. And I'm just really excited about this whole project in general and can't wait to tell you all more about it. All right, I'll see you in the next vlog. Thanks for watching. Bye.